Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our how-to series. This time we are here at the Maikai, the restaurant of 58 Surf Shop Ericeira, and I'm here to talk to you about surf forecast and how to read wave predictions. Nowadays we have different tools, websites, apps available to us to help us and read the forecast. Here in Portugal, the websites that I use the most are WindGuru, Surf Forecast and Magic Seaweed. When looking at the forecast, you gotta keep in mind a couple of things to make an accurate assessment of the conditions. The wave size, wave direction, swell period, wind direction, wind strength, and the tide. All of these things combined will influence on how the waves will react once they reach our shorelines. When looking at forecast, you also have to keep in mind your experience and skill level. So today the forecast looks north wind, mild wind, and north swell direction with small wave size and small wave period. These are not good conditions for my experience because I look for strong waves and powerful waves. But these can be good conditions for a beginner surfer, intermediate surfer that wants to come around and just have fun because they will have good and safe conditions for them. Perfect conditions here in Ericeira for someone like me will be something like north to western direction swell, powerful strong swell, long wave period, and east wind, mild to no wind, so that we can have offshore or glassy conditions. Now I'm going to get a little bit more on detail on how to read a platform like WindGuru. We have here available the different measures on wind, wave size, wave direction, everything, and they have a different color scale. So all the platforms will use slightly different colors, but mainly stronger colors means stronger wind, wave size, wave period, and so on. Not so strong colors will mean less wind or small waves, and no color will mean no wind, so glassy conditions or really small waves. So as I mentioned before, today there's wind from the north direction, mild wind. There's also small waves today. If you take a look on Saturday, for example, there's going to be no wind, so it's going to be glassy conditions. There's no color on the wind charts here, and there's also going to be bigger waves and a bigger wave period. You can also see that on the color. For instance, here on Saturday we'll have a 1.8 meter swell with 11 seconds, and the color is completely different than today's prediction. So now I'm going to get a little bit more on how you can access the wave size. We have here the wave size on meters. We can see that today there's a 1 meter swell, and then, for example, on Friday there's a 2.4 meter swell. 2.4 meter swell doesn't mean that the waves that are going to arrive to our coastline is going to be 2.4 meters. You gotta keep in mind the wave period and the swell direction because they are going to influence on how the waves arrive at our coastline. 13-second period is what we're looking for on Friday, and this means there are going to be strong waves. Stronger wave period means stronger waves. Even if there were no difference on wave size, and today we would have a 1 meter swell and Friday a 1 meter swell, but if we had this difference on wave period, if today was 7-second swell and on Friday a 13-second swell, we would have a lot stronger waves on Friday than today, even though the wave size is the same. So you gotta always keep in mind the wave period as well. Last but not least, we have to keep in mind the swell direction. We're looking for northerly swell direction for the week. The more west the swell gets, normally means bigger waves here on our Portuguese coastline. So you always have to keep in mind these three things: wave period, wave size, and wave direction. And only after you combine these three informations, you can access how the conditions are going to be on the beach that you want to surf. As you remember earlier, I also mentioned another platform that I use, which is Surf Forecast. And I use this platform because it gives me a really important information. It will give me the energy of the swell. The bigger the energy, it will mean the stronger and the bigger the waves are going to be. As you can see on this platform as well, today there's small wave size, small wave period, and virtually no energy. And on Friday, for example, there's a bigger wave size, bigger wave period, and a lot stronger energy. So with the combination of these tools, we can have a better idea on how the waves are going to be. But we also have to keep in mind that this is just a forecast. It can only be accurate for a couple of days. Even though we have the forecast for a week or sometimes more, the forecast is continuously being updated and it will change. Besides the forecast tools, we also have some different tools like Beachcam that will allow us to see the conditions in real time. Besides all this, you gotta keep in mind the best way to see the waves is just arriving to the beach and see it by yourself. Hope you like this episode. If you have any questions or any suggestions, again, just leave them in the comment down below, and I will see you on the next time.